Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Find Ways to Win. I am your host, FitzgeraldStephens. It's good to be back talking to you beautiful people in your homes, living rooms, cars, vacation places, wherever you are. And just wanted to chop it up with you a little bit. I know I've been kind of absent off the feed, but that was the past. This is now. Hey, I want to talk to you guys about a very, very critical subject that everyone is facing around the world. I do mean this is a global problem. And the title of this stream is No One is Coming to Save You. You must build your own game. No one is coming to save you. You must build your own game. We are seeing unprecedented debt, inflation, costs of goods and services, even costs of living increasing far more than the average income can keep up with it. We're seeing unprecedented levels of homelessness and people being who are being underemployed, even with even with even with vast amount of skills that was so much in use yesterday because so many businesses models as we know are being phased out by technology, are being phased out by outsourcing. Their work is coming up by way of contracting, where you're getting paid less and as far as for what you normally used to do. Companies are phasing out a lot of the benefits, medical, pension plans. They're putting that more on you. And so if you have the mindset that you are going to go get the good job model, which is in oversold and it really is an archaic idea that would have worked great in the 50s and the 40s, but not in the 2000s. You have got to create something you have got to create something that is that is very viable for you. What I mean, no one can fire you from it. No one can replace you from it. You're building equity that you can leave to you and your family. And the only way with very little exceptions that I know how to do that, you must have your own game. What do I mean game? You must have additional sources, not a source, additional sources of income coming into your household that will soon be able to replace the income that you have, or and where you can gather more of your time, where you can build equity up, where you can pass on financial stability and legacy for you and your children. We see people achieving this through investments. We see people doing it through whether that's in real estate, whether it's in cryptocurrency, or whether it's in any a number of factors that they're creating. But the one of the key of components of the wealthy and how they attain wealth is that they own their own game. They have some sort of business, some sort of system that is contributing income into their house that they're not really going out there and spending their life, which is equated to their time, got to constantly keep having to pursue it. Here down in Tampa, Florida, although it's beautiful down here, I love it down here. I've been here for several years. Weather's great. You're looking at a city that has some of the highest inflation in the country. I really don't know why. We have seen a giant influx of growth. As far as within this city, I can understand why people want to be here. The same reasons that I chose to be here myself. But cost of living is going up absorbently. What people are paying in rent, what people are paying in mortgages. You don't realize this, that some people, not only here, but many parts of the country are paying more than 50% of their income just to sustain housing. Just to sustain housing. I haven't even factored in the other necessities of life, such as food for one, lights, heating, AC, car payments, car insurance, student loans. And so it's a wonder that many people are negative. It's a wonder people are crying out with desperation, that the stress is at an all-time high on the job. Dissatisfaction is practically at an all-time high. Because when you're struggling trying to figure out how you're going to pay the bills. You're struggling, how you're going to figure out how you're going to put money away to invest in it, to put in other income producing things when you're already negative in your monthly income anyway. It's a very, very precarious situation. Ladies and gentlemen, figure out something that you can own. Figure out something, figure out your own game. Something that's going to bring income. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you start out with a hot dog stand. I don't care if you start out creating a cleaning company out of the back seat of your car. I don't care what it is, but you have something that if your job decides to go belly up, if they get it in their mind, they don't want you anymore, even though they have called you family and have braced you and even several years. Understand, you can be replaced. You can be replaced on the drop of a dime. I used to tell my stepchildren, I would say to them, you have got to know your boss just as much as you know your job. Why? Because your boss can make or break your career. He or she get in their feelings and they decide to take something personal against you. All of a sudden, you become a liability, even though that does have nothing to do with your performance on the job. It's just simply they don't like you. You don't fit in the right clique and stuff like that. I've had that foolishness happen to me. And, and each and every time it happened to me, it more to solidify my thing is like, hey, I have got to put something together myself. I talk to many of people about this, and they're like, don't know what to do. They're just going through the motion. It's taking a toll on their health. It's taking a toll on their family. It's taking a toll on the relationship with their children because they are literally on a hamster wheel that they feel they can't get off. And you know what? They're right. They can't get off because they haven't built another wheel, that works for them. You've got to look at things. Look at any other things. Donnie, when you ask what things I do to bring income, well, my YouTube channel, cleaning service. Sometimes I'll jump in and with a ride share company, going to partner with other people and see how I can do things. See, I decided that I'm not really interested in going out there trying to get a job as much because the way I'm seeing it is really a liability. Everything kind of works through seniority. You got to build your way up. You got to go through that crud. And after you've been put out the pasture a couple of times, you begin to see, man, this is no future. If you're not one of those people who are in the cliques of corporate, or you're in the right groups and stuff like that, you're nothing. You can be replaced on a dime, and often they'll come up with some of the most frivolous reasons to get rid of you, despite your education, despite your poise, despite your success at other companies. I like to stay in areas that I know that I could, really get jobs that earn income no matter where I go. And the number one thing I believe in that is sales. Find something to sell. Find the right model that you can sell. Salespersons are some of the most highest paid people in the country. Now, people look at that. Oh, you're just a salesman. As if that's just as if that is an insult. Man, there have been times I went out before 12 o'clock, and I had made what a lot of people make in a week. Before 12 o'clock, and then there's times you feel like you need to be paying them. But it gave me an opportunity. Sales thing is one of the things that will teach you the closest about owning the business, and it teach you the closest things about being responsible for a business. Like a dear friend of mine I know who we graduated, who we went to the same college, and he's in the real estate business, and and he simply told me, you eat what you kill. You eat what you kill. That means like you got to go out there and produce. You got to go out there and get something. You can't invest money that you don't have. So you need to learn how to create surpluses of money, and that's going to take losing some sleep at times. That's going to take not going to the movie at times. That's going to take not necessarily spending a lot of time with your spouse or even a lot of times with your children as you would like to, because you're out there trying to build something. You're sacrificing your time right now to live a life of ease and comfortability later on. If you don't sacrifice that time right now, you are going to pay for that time when you don't have the energy, when you don't have the strength, when you don't have the fortitude to really get out there and fight, because the bills are still going to keep coming, rather. And so you have to do a plan for that. You might be one of those lucky ones, or I don't like to use that word. You might be one of those who engineered your life pretty cool. Okay, you went to the military. Thank you for your service. You served at one of our giant companies, Fortune 500 companies. They had great pension plans, but you've been in there 30 something years. You got all your medical expenses paid. I know two people that come to my mind in both of those scenarios. I mean, you're up there. You didn't get fired. You was able to maneuver through the corporate landmines that are ever present there that they don't tell you about in college, that you find out sometimes the hard way when you get out there in real life. Okay, you're cool. Do you know a lot of those pensions are not even offered anymore, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know a lot of people, they're not staying at companies 30 years, 20 years now. Sometimes people are moving off. Sometimes people are changing jobs less than every 5 years. No, because why? They're looking for more opportunities. They're looking for more income. They realize that they have a very, very short shelf life as far as their career. They're trying to learn more. They're trying to go. They're going in more in student debt to get certifications and degrees that they think will push them to the next level. I had an interesting conversation with my youngest brother, who happens to be a corporate attorney, and I wanted to be an attorney. I wanted to be one way before he came one. I know it's a 3 sons, so I like to think I had some influence on the man, and so. We were talking about attorney about a couple of years ago, and he said, "Well, Fitzgerald, you gotta realize you gotta calculate the time value. Okay, you invest the years in there, you get the loans. Okay, when can you get that return back?" And so he wasn't saying no, but he's getting me to think and think in a way that I hadn't seen it before. So I'm like, okay, why don't I just go out there, get this particular certification to go in this particular industry, which probably take me somewhere along the line of maybe a couple of months. I already have somewhat of a background in that industry, and then if I get this particular certification, again, little be known, shoot, I could be making six figures as a contractor within 18 months with a very minimal cost. I already have my bachelor's, already have that, but bachelor's degrees and master's, even doctor's degrees, doesn't guarantee success. What you want to do is take this in heart. There was a great business line that Liam Neeson used in the movie called Taken. And he was telling the people who had kidnapped his daughters, he said, "I have a particular set of skills. I have a particular set of skills." If you understand that for what it's worth, that could be life transforming you. What particular set of skills do you have that the market is willing to pay you top price for? What particular set of skills? Is it barbering? Is it carpentry? Is it welding? Is it cosmetology? Is it cyberspace security? Is it chauffeuring? What particular set of skills that you can parlay into an incredible income, even a nice side hustle that can easily replace your main hustle, provided you keep applying consistency and professionalism to it? What is that? Some of you guys are great at baking. You can go to certain markets, and I was turned on to this when I was in the Atlanta market. People becoming millionaires just baking cupcakes, making cakes. Have you looked at some of the prices of these wedding cakes? Just baking a cake. No, people have become millionaires by hooking up a plow to their truck and plowing snow, and they parlay that to another truck, and parlay that into another truck, and lo and behold, boom, they are. Or landscaping. What particular set of skills that you are very, very good at that the market is willing to pay for rather. Once you solve that, then you go out there and market yourself. Well, hey, you're marketing everyone else. You're marketing every other product. You see someone in a movie rather, and you go out there and say, man, Tom Cruise made a great movie. That Top Gun is phenomenal and everything like that. They send you a check. Did you get a check for your pre-promotion? Some of you can go out there and create the referral-based business, network marketing business. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hey, it's not concerned about what you want to do. You want the income. You want to get a hold of the income. Put your pride aside and everything else like that. And here's another way that where you can do that. When you go to the grocery store, or you pull up to the gas pump, or you get ready to buy a new replace your water heater for your house, do they ask you, how did you make the money? You mean tell me you got this out here doing working for Uber and Lyft? You mean tell me you got this? You were selling hot dogs, or you were a contractor and selling toothpaste to the army and stuff like that. That's how you got this money? Or you mean tell me you got this money by working in mud and laying bricks? They don't ask you that. The only thing they are concerned about, do you have the money and do you not? Do you have the money and do you not? I'm coming to you, guys, in plain black and white terms. There is very little middle ground with me, and I've been criticized for that, but I'm at the point I really don't care. A compromise sometimes can be a recipe for disaster. Either you're all in or you're all out. Either you're getting the results or you're not. And you got to think about that. What is getting me results? And if what is not getting results? Sometimes mediocre results are not results at all. They make you think that you're winning. They make you think that you have a chip in the game. You do not. You do not. How many people have been fired from jobs just because the customer made a complaint, whether it has some merit to it or not? How many people that have been passed over for promotions, whether they have the degree or the experience or not, in lieu of someone else? How many? Here's one for you. How many of you have experienced or you've been a part of that you've seen people actually training their replacement, but they don't even know it? This stuff happens all the time. So one day you're going to get to the level I am. You're going to say, the hell with that. I don't really want to keep going down this path. I need my own game. And you start off small. Don't wait till everything just comes together. That's one thing that kept me from building my YouTube channel. Even though I was contributing often on Search for Uru with Don Asamir. You ought to go click on that channel. I was giving out all types of advice like this. I was doing for often people. But I seem to think, I don't have it right. I don't have the computer right. I don't have this. I don't have the light. All those was excuses. And one day I just started where I was, man. I just got up and I hooked up my computer. I got a ring light from my brother, and I just started going recording. That was 2 years ago, and I can happily say the channel is growing. But is it where I want it to be? No, but at least it is being, because at least I got started. That's another thing. For those, what do you do, Donnie? This is also another one. Hey, you can start a YouTube channel. People are doing that all day long. There is big money to be made in what you call a social influencer. Regardless of you build an audience, you're going to relate to someone. There's this gentleman in this channel. It's called The Beast. The Beast has 100 million subscribers. What do you think he's doing in income wise? No, what do you think he's doing? He's just talking to people just like you and I. There is a target audience out there for you. Concentrate on building your game. Don't get so dang comfortable with being comfortable. Quit this foolishness talking about my job or my company. That's not your company. That company belongs to the shareholders. That company belongs to the family that invested and built it. Their names are the ones that constantly going to get the equity. They're the one that build and generation of wealth. You're just a part of their process. You're just a cog in their wheel that can easily be replaced. You kind of got something when you're working for a company, and you rise up what is called a key employee. I used to be in insurance business. We used to offer key employee insurance. Key employee insurance. If that person leaves, male or female, that leaves, you have a tank in the stock. They are just that important. Or if that person is hired, you have a rise in the stock because they are just that important, and they are paid extremely well. They're not going to the unemployment line. They have golden parachutes, sometimes worth millions. Do they deserve it or not? Well, that's up for debate. But they have built value that the market believes that they deserve it and rewards them handsomely. No, when you have your own game and you're able to multiply your time, you're able to employ other people, and you can build the conditions that you wish someone would have put in place for you. But more importantly, you're building equity. You're building something that you can leave your household, you can leave your children, and you can leave a legacy and stuff like that, as opposed to just trying to get by on your pension, where costs ever keep rising. You see how that gets? You can become an author. You can become a speaker. What am I giving you? I gave you low cost industries where you can get started. Then once you get around up in there, once you go ahead and start getting some things, go buy that house, or go buy that little small substation business, and then parlay that, grow it, make it win, and then put that into something else. I believe profit should be reinvested. I mean, I really do. I believe you should cut your lifestyle as much as you possibly can, and invest the rest. I believe that. You don't necessarily have to get on a plane every 6 months and go to Montreal. You don't have to go ahead and buy a new car every 2 years. That's foolishness. That's eating into your investment ability. That's eating into your income in order to put out there to multiply something. Go ahead and consider talking to people. Read some good books, and y'all to give you an idea. But dang it, get this stuff out of your head that you're an employee. Get that stuff out of your head. Now, I know I'm not talking to everybody. I know there's some people who are very comfortable with what they do. They're comfortable working for other people. They believe they have job security, which is an illusion. No, which is nothing but illusion. They really believe they have that, but let something happen. Let something happen. Let a catastrophic illness happen to a child or their spouse, and their financial portfolio can be wiped out overnight. Let the wrong accident happen, and you don't have enough coverage, and they're going after you for your assets, and then going after you for every other thing that they can think of, and you're wiped out. But having your own games, you're able to get into tax savings that are not offered to you if you don't have a business. You're able to write off a lot of stuff that's not offered to you. You don't have a business. You're able to set up different mechanisms of wealth that's not necessarily offered to someone who doesn't have a business. The tax laws, ladies, in this country were built for the business owner. I'm talking about where I live, the United States of America. So you got to get off. You got to get off of that. How do you know one thing that you need to own your own game? Man, you get tired of people telling you what to do. You get tired of people talking to you like a child. You get tired of making someone trying to fit in. Man, I've been at jobs, and regardless of what I've experienced, that I have 30 years in sales and marketing, University of Alabama grad, all that kind of stuff, and so I got the pedigree, and I have the experience. But you get in there sometimes, and you get all in these stupid clicks on jobs, which I never could stand because I just don't believe in just having to kiss up to people. I believe my work should make a show. If my work's not doing, hey, go tell me how to improve. But if you're talking to me because I don't like I don't like a certain football team, or I don't jump whenever you come in and stuff like that. You know, that's the problem to me. So when you get tired of stuff like that, you're gonna figure out like, man, let me see. If I'm quiet, they bother me. If I speak my mind, which they say, they bother me. If I don't agree with some of their stupid decisions, they bother me. Even though they're the person in a charge, they ask me an opinion, and I give it. All of a sudden, maybe it's controversial, maybe that wasn't the proper etiquette. Man, the hell with that. No, I am a grown man. And I'm an independent thinker. I want to rise, and I want to be able to increase my lot in life and income just like you. And so when you get tired of that, and you just like, man, dude, I'm not. You looking like, what can I do to put my own? As a matter of fact, you rather go out there and create your own as opposed to getting out there and trying to serve under that tough taskmaster. Because at the end of the day, it's literally taking your life away. Now, I'm not saying that applies to everyone. I'm saying that when you know you're qualified, when you know you have the skill level, when you know you just mind your own business, and you gotta play those idiotic games, which I was never good at. And they are absolutely disgusting to me, and they are absolutely many disgusting to you. But if you don't have your own game, if you're not out there creating your own game, you can't criticize it, because you have to effectively lock yourself under someone who don't really like you. You effectively lock yourself in a game of chance. I hope they let me retire. I'll keep my head down clean because I only have 7 years and I can get out of this blankety blank job. Why would you put yourself through that? You can never replace time. Own your own game. Own your own game. No one is coming to save you. Therefore, you have to save yourself. That's your responsibility. You start with self-preservation, then you deal with your family and your loved ones. Why you say that, Fitzgerald? That sounds backwards. No, it's not backwards. If the main leader goes down, if the breadwinner goes down, the whole dang family is at risk anyway. You got to protect you first. You got to get out there and make sure your future is solid before you start out there trying to help someone else and give resources that you're not able to give yet. You have to be something like a wolf man when you're looking to manage your life, when you're looking to go somewhere. No, you don't have to be cruel to people, but you got to learn how to say that very powerful word no without very powerful word rather no without explanation. In other words, you're going to keep going around this mountain, around this mountain, around this mountain. God bless me. God keep me. And he said, I've already put it in your hands. I gave you that idea, I gave you that idea months ago, a year ago. You ain't moved on it yet. What am I supposed to do? Come down and do it for you? And that's what many people are waiting for. No, the Almighty's not going to do that. He's not going to come do it for you. He'll inspire you. He'll give you the revelation. He'll give you the gift. But you, ladies and gentlemen, got to go put in the work. And it's really, really that simple. And now I've seen people who have built their own game. And I've seen them ground. I personally know a man like this. Personally know a man like that. It comes to my mind right the heck now. A couple of men I know like this. They built their game. And now they're enjoying the rewards of it. Oh, they still work hard and they still grind. No, they still grind. One of them told me that, hey, you know what? I could be replaced. I make good money. I make very, very good money. And but I could a new board could come in and replace me. Place me easily. What am I going to do? I have to have something built for me. That's why I work very hard with this job right here, but I also work very hard on my own grind. Makes perfectly sense. And that's the formula I'm giving you for you guys. Hey, we appreciate your time. But much blessings to you. For those of you who are interested in starting the business, I have a link up there, where we get paid in free Bitcoin, get paid in free Bitcoin and Ethereum, two of the hottest things. Has a link, click on it. Might be for you, but it may be for some of you. You never know, but do something. Do something. Tomorrow's a new day. It's the beginning of a new week. Man, don't go out there with this same old mentality, philosophy. Oh, I just got to go ahead and bear it. I just got to go ahead and put up with it. Because what am I going to do? You're going to create your own game. Most heart attacks happen on Monday. No, because people. But do you think that's because they're going to somewhere they would love to be? Or do you think they like, man, dang, I got to do this again. I got to go out there, man. I'm stressed, and it sometimes just gets too much. No, no one's coming to save you, ladies and gentlemen. Start your own game. When do you start it? Immediately. Some of you have plans written down. That's cool. That's dandy. But you better start doing action steps to make it come to pass. Plans without action means nothing. That's just nothing but a fancy way for saying you got a wish. Some of you ain't got it all worked out yet, but you're out there doing, and you're getting way ahead of those who are thinking about it. You got to get out there and do. Now, I talked about some of the doom and gloom in the opening of this video. Talked about how inflation is, but you also know this is the greatest time to be alive, especially if you're an entrepreneur. It is more things out there you can go out and create, more opportunities to work from home. People become a millionaire using this little device called a computer. Whether it's a smartphone or things, just getting out there, putting business together, getting their website, not having great necessarily warehouse distribution centers, but they have networks, and they can create the right website and get their products to anyone in the world. Drop shipping. No, it's out there. It's out there. No, if you want it, go out and get it. And we appreciate you guys so much. And I truly like to thank the subscribers. Those of you who support me, man, I don't take that for granted. I don't take that for granted at all. I so appreciate that. I ask you, if you haven't become a subscriber, please consider doing so. Hit that like notification when I come in. I try to speak stuff that's going to practically move your life forward. And that's all we're trying to get out. When we say find ways to win, that's exactly what this channel is about. It's about finding ways to win in your life on your terms. And you know what? It's very, very difficult to win on your terms when you are under the thumb of someone else. It truly, really is. Very little exceptions to that. Because you will always be worried that someone's going to pull the rug out from under you. You'll always be concerned. How long is it going to last? Will we get bought out and someone come and change my pay structure? That's happened many a times. What happens in an event of a catastrophic illness? What happens if I can't go to work? How will the money keep coming in? Well, if you have your own game, you built it up. You already have the answer to that. Make hay while it is day. Make hay while it is day. For night comes, no man can work. And we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you guys once again for your continued support, man. I can't say that enough, but I definitely appreciate you guys. You guys enjoy your day. Thanks for tuning in.